I can't believe I'm making a third video about Cyrus Martin. I can't believe I thought we were done. I thought this was over. I really did. I was ready for it to be over with the first video. After a second video, I made the response because it's just he made his response. I make my response to his response. I was willing to let it go. I didn't go to his channel. I didn't look at his stuff. I wasn't concerned with anything he did. I didn't care about Cyrus Martin. I didn't care. None of my concern. I didn't care. But we've gotten to a point where I think that Mr. Martin needs to be addressed one last time. What I hope is the last time. And I really wish it didn't have to come to this. I was making a Dead Effect 2 review here, and it was turning out lovely, because, a lot has to be said about that game, and I was trucking along. I had a lovely live stream on my other monitor I was listening to. I was enjoying myself. I had my tea. I had some peanuts. I just ate some chicken I brought home from work. Really good chicken. Like a barbecue honey glaze on it. It's lovely. It's lovely chicken. And I couldn't help but notice that as I idly checked this, YouTube comments and notifications, he just wouldn't go away. And I've been legitimately surprised. Cyrus Martin here is on total, full-out comment assault troll mode here. And it's not clever, it's not clever. It's just a full-on comment assault here. And it wouldn't matter so much if I was a bigger channel. Maybe I wouldn't have noticed it at all. But we're talking just comment after comment after comment here. For instance, on the Detonator Skits video, he's apparently taken a white knight approach to defending this young gentleman. And that's fine, you're free to. I really have no problem with that. But the thing is, as of the time of this recording, there's 146 comments on this video, and 18 of them are by his, single-handedly. That means that he literally has over 10% of the comments on this video by himself. That shit takes work. It takes effort. It takes some degree of determination. But it's not just this video as well. He's been extremely active in his comment crusade here with the last video that I did concerning the gentleman. And in this video, he recently left a comment that was the proverbial straw to break the Shiba Inu's back. I think Mr. Martin has provided us with an excellent sort of overview of his view on the situation where it stands. And please let it be known that I had no intention at all of making this video. Yesterday, earlier on today, 2 days ago, a week ago, I was done with this. This was done. I had said all that had needed to be said here. There are other things that I would like to make videos about, but in order to be completely honest, a part of me is a little happy that this happened, because those 2 Cyrus Martin videos have been popular and very well received. There's definitely a silver lining to this little rain cloud that is Mr. Martin in the comments section. But let's go ahead and focus on this right here, and then we can explore the rest of this little shenaniganery that is starting to occur. Status report. 2 weeks and this asshole still thinks I was trying to take down his video. Ha 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 ha. OMG, dude. Rags. Seriously, this bit where you pretend not to know that you totally fucked up and misinterpreted an obvious joke was super awesome for a few days, but you are really looking negligent here. Anybody that watches our videos for some dumbass reason will instantly notice that you made a mistake and the entire premise of your response is based in fuck-uppery. I don't want to publicly shame you any more than I have, but seriously, have some dignity. Admitting that you were stupid is not the end of the world. I do it all the time. Hell, this very comment is stupid, but you think you have some kind of thing or whatever about being correct. So I am trying like hell here to help you. If you ignore a problem, it doesn't just go away, and this is one you could easily fix. But you are just bound and determined to ride this damn thing all the way to the bottom of the ocean, I guess. Hey, that's your choice. Just know that anyone that follows your videos and has even half a brain knows that you screwed up, and that makes it really awkward to watch this video. I cringed when I watched it, Don't get me wrong, the comedy was great and all of that was undone when you seriously thought that I wanted to take down your video over copyright, and you thought I seriously wanted YouTube to give me half of your clicks. That is just embarrassing, dude. Well, you go ahead and do what you think is best. It's better for me if you don't fix it because it makes you look like a dumbass. But hey, that's on you. And we both know that you are not a complete dumbass. Right? Okay, update over. Back to trolling. And look, I'm not angry. I'm past being angry. I never was angry. If anything, I was disappointed. Disappointed in Cyrus Martin, just disappointed in this whole state of affairs. However, even though I'm not upset or angry at Mr. Martin, I am annoyed at this point because of the incessant amount of, by his own words, trolling that he's been doing on my channel. And for someone who attempted to take the magnanimous route, to be the bigger man, to be the more mature one, to use my youth against me, this entire series of trolling and general nonsense by Mr. Martin on my channel has done nothing more than to prove that he is being the antithesis of what he claims to be. To be quite frank, though, I'm a little surprised that he eventually came back. It's very clear he's been keeping a close eye on me of late, and that just doesn't seem like it would be the kind of behavior done by a person who claims to be completely done with this or unaffected by it. You see, Mr. Cyrus Martin over the last couple days has apparently had something really nasty stewing inside of him. Experts in the medical community normally refer to this as the butthurt. And Cyrus Martin seems to have a Class 5 incurable case of the butthurt. You see, over the last few days, Cyrus Martin has made dozens and dozens and dozens of comments on my videos, mainly the ones regarding him and the one regarding Mr. Skits. Because Cyrus Martin, for all of his age and all of his presumed experience, simply does not understand the concept of just letting it go. And just like a hot blonde Nazi reaching for the Holy Grail, Mr. Martin would have been much better off if he would have simply listened to the advice of those around him and just quit it. But he has not chosen this route, and instead he continues to instigate both myself and the subscribers or even just the viewers of my channel. So I propose we save this little back and forth for posterity, for historical reasons. After all, Mr. Martin should know, just like everyone should know on the internet, that the internet simply doesn't forget. Once you post something, it is open to ridicule, it is open to critique and criticism. And in many cases, especially in this case, how you handle the critique and the criticisms that are levied against you is often going to be remembered much, much more than your original statements in and of themselves. Because Mr. Martin has taken this little back and forth of ours past PC versus console. Mr. Martin has instead chosen to take this to a much more personal level. And I have some controversial opinions and videos, and I'm not unused to having some rather awful nasty things directed my way. Just in the DayZ video I did on why I kill on sight, apparently I'm a terrible, awful, psychopathic, real serial killer who is overall just a generally terrible human being and is quite frankly just a douchey shitbag. Fair enough, I suppose. Such is the internet. But let's get back to Mr. Martin here. You see, Mr. Martin has taken himself to the insult of many of the people who watch my videos and comment upon it. I can't even give a thumbs up to somebody who has a picture of a dog with sunglasses on, which is of course my fetish because I just can't get it up if the dog doesn't have sunglasses on. Good job, Rags, these guys are really into you. They say that imitation is the strongest form of flattery. Well, sincerest. You should look like a pancake after this guy. See if you can make him do stuff. Quick, tell him to shave his head and take a pic. I bet he does it. Hang on, let me get my popcorn. BRB. Look, calm down. You guys are just a bunch of assholes, and that is totally cool. I made a video which actually never even said that consoles are better than PC games, and my entire message was that I was frustrated with the new games that had come out in November. That was completely overlooked because Rags and the rest of you decided to change what my video was about. He did that with his second video too, which is very embarrassing for him, and he is ignoring the fact that I pointed it out to him. I probably would too, since it really makes him look like a buffoon. But hey, it's his choice if he wants to be an idiot too. If any of you had ever attempted to have a conversation with me, then you would have understood all of this, and we would all be the better for it, but that was not on the menu. You wanted to troll me and get under my skin. Okay, so good job. You got what you wanted. What's the problem? You wanted this. Y'all needed this. Congratulations, dickheads. You earned me. I am here. Don't puss out now. I blame all of you because all of you are celebrating and perpetuating this fucked up behavior. Personally, I have decided to not reference any of Rag's crap anymore in any of my videos, which is because I don't do debate videos. But I am not going to let him and you and the rest of you go around doing the same thing to everyone all day long without inserting my thoughts. You paid for me. You got me. Enjoy. I think this, just like the first one he made here. Whoa, is that how loud my refrigerator really is? Fuck, I need to get a new apartment. Anyway, I think that this comment here really does a great job in summing up the transition that Cyrus Martin has made as an individual in this back and forth of ours. Remember at the beginning, he was so magnanimous and so calm, he was always laughing. Ha 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 ha. Oh, he just doesn't understand. Ha 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 ha. I'm the better man. And look at him now. Look at how far we've fallen, Cyrus. You didn't used to swear before. You are squeaky clean, Mr. Martin, squeaky clean, and now we're throwing out the F-bombs, we're calling people dickheads. I mean, this is a really big shift in tone from you, Mr. Martin. It's clear that something inside of you is really eating away at you. You've really taken this to heart. And as you can see, one of the first comments made was by DeWales, who said, I'm pretty sure he said tongue-in-cheek, not talking shake. Fair enough, that's just what I heard, but fair enough, you're probably right, Mr. Wales. But just a day ago, Cyrus Martin feels like in his comment crusade, his trolling war against me he's decided to wage. He's decided to get involved with people who really have no business being bothered by you, Mr. Martin. In fact, DeWales was defending you. And rightfully so. And when Andre Hjalmarsson says that I'm cyberbullying Cyrus Martin, I'm cyberbullying him. Which is, by the way, the thin-skinned, spineless sort of stuff that I just really don't have any time for. Cyrus Martin takes what should be directed towards me because he thinks I'm being a big meanie, which is fair enough. He feels so awful that so many people subscribe to me and watch and comment the things I have to say that he has to bring them into the comments just like he has in the past out of the blue. After all, I don't like Donald Trump, so everyone who does like Donald Trump is obviously an idiot who's worthy of insult, right? Cyrus says he has a lot of fans that adore him, with what I am tempted to call a stalker conviction. It takes a big ego to sustain that kind of fandom. I should know. I used to dream of being that important on the internet. Now I'm just like the rest of you, blah blah blah. Arawan Link. Rags, man, I love your debunking vids and DayZ stuff. Have you ever heard of Top Hats and Champagne? I think you two could make a killer compilation. And in his comment crusade, Cyrus Martin says, dude, you are coming across pretty strong. If you want him to like you, then just do a video. He only responds to those. You are wasting your time like this. It's kind of creepy. You see, Cyrus Martin shows his butthurt that has been growing and growing and growing by going after people who simply comment and like, who simply don't have anything to do with Cyrus. I don't recall ever going to Cyrus Martin's channel and instigating the people who like him, should such people exist. Instead, he has to go to the people who are involved in my videos at all, people who comment, people who simply watch. He can't just go after me. He'll make random, out-of-the-blue comments to people that I really don't want him bothering, quite frankly. Because you see, with Cyrus Martin, it's not about me. It's only partially about me. I'm the source. But the people who like what I do, the people who enjoy these videos, which is statistically basically everybody, they must be degraded and insulted as well, just for being associated with me, because there's not a fallacy for that, is there? No? Nah. Jaboon says, nah brah, you good. Just a glance over at the related videos shows how much of a pot stirrer Rags has been lately, to which I must say, that's kinda right. I'm an instigator. I like to stir the pudding. I admit that. It's not wrong. Well, you said it, not me. But he is just one of those kinds of dudes. Some people create and some people rag on other people. He is just a goofy little instigator. Probably had it hard growing up. I invited him to debate me live one-on-one, but people like that need to edit everything down and rethink before they reply to somebody. Sad. He has a lot of followers though, so I guess he has found his audience. Lots of people like to throw rocks down the street and then run away. I'm sure they would piss their pants and cry if they ever had the courage to try that crap one-on-one instead of just picking from a distance or going after little kids. So pathetic. Anyway, I'm glad we talked. Thanks, man. No, Cyrus. No. Thank you. Thank you for making it so obvious. Just how hard you're taking all of this. Thanks for making it so obvious just how you think about me and the people who enjoy my content. Thank you for making it so obvious. Thank you for doing absolutely nothing to hide how you really feel. Sure, you could try to call it trolling, trying to get back at me, trying to act just like he is. But you're transparent, Cyrus. We can see right through you. But I think we can learn a great deal from this comment here. Because Cyrus Martin is such a transparent person, it's easy to really get at just how he feels. You see, Cyrus Martin, it is clear here, does not consider what I do to be creation. He does not consider it to be content production. He does not think that criticism is a valid method of construction. He does not think it is creative, I suppose. He does not think that it is worthy of merit. But I suppose that is a natural thing to think if you are the subject of that criticism, and harsh criticism. After all, I am just a goofy little instigator, he says. Probably had it hard growing up. I invited him to debate me live one-on-one, but people like that need to edit everything down and rethink before they reply to somebody. Sad. You see, Cyrus Martin still does not understand the whole spiel that I gave him in the last video where I explained to him the immense merits of not doing things live. After all, making a video is important, and making a video that is pleasant to listen to, that has a nice flow to it, that can be easily edited and changed as I think about what I need to say, well, you know what? It's gonna fall on deaf ears anyway. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I think most people with common sense understand why such famous YouTubers do this after all. That's why Cyrus Martin spent 37 minutes saying about 10 minutes worth of things. But as I said before, that's what happens when you flick on the webcam and you just record yourself going on and on without the ability to edit and change as you see fit. But there is a real reason why I won't debate Cyrus Martin, because this is the kind of person that Cyrus Martin is. This is it, right here. He has shown his true colors. He has an inability to contain his emotions, which we all have to a degree. I'm just as guilty as everyone else. But I'm not the one who's spamming people's YouTube channels with hateful this and derogatory that and instigating this. Because when you call someone a goofy little instigator and you spend the last 2 days making dozens and dozens and dozens of comments of this nature, well, many would notice that might have some sort of a hypocritical connotation. Could I debate someone live? Yes, absolutely I could. I'm no Blackbuster critic, of course, but I think I'd do just fine. I like to do my format like this because it allows me to think, it allows me to make changes as I go, and overall it is more pleasant of an experience for the listener. But I suppose that's just sad, isn't it? I'm not going to debate Cyrus Martin because this is the kind of person he is. Deep down he is callous. He is not mature. He cannot form coherent thoughts. He is not about debate. He may say he is, but in his response, it was very, very obvious that this was not a person who was worthy of my time. I would much rather debate Mr. NoobTube Gamer for any other reason than its entertainment value. But Cyrus Martin? Cyrus Martin is a nobody who is neither informative nor entertaining. There are no positive qualities in Cyrus Martin that would conduct themselves well into a one-on-one debate. And quite frankly, after a while, I know I would grow tired of carrying this debate along. And of course, blah blah blah, picking from a distance or going after little kids, because going after one child who by his own admission explicitly stated in his video, Cyrus.
Today, I'm gonna talk about something that most of you guys might hate.
Cancer.
And that is, why do people like PC more than Xbox?
By his own admission, Cyrus Martin, by his own admission, a video he put on the internet voluntarily, where he states explicitly it is a video that most people are going to hate. He knew exactly the reaction that he was going to get. He knew it. He was expecting it. He was not surprised by it. You can attempt to white knight all you want. You can attempt to defend him all you want. But the proof is in the pudding, Cyrus. His comment crusade is full of these pointless, jabbering, waste of time comments. Truly, when he says back to trolling, he means it. I guess he was really bored and he just needed something to do. But you see, Cyrus's white knighting of Mr. Skits, well, it's summed up fairly well in this little string of comments here. Defiant forever. He says, well, shit, me. Like, this kid has convinced me consoles are the best thing. I mean, obviously, it's a sarcastic comment, right? Obviously. But Cyrus Martin is having none of that. After all, there's a kid on the internet who did a stupid as shit thing, and that kid needs to be defended. Never mind, he knew what reaction he would get. Never mind, he said that himself out of his own mouth. Cyrus Martin was explicit in his comment. I'm just glad that somebody put this kid in his place. These kinds of thoughts are dangerous and need to be nipped in the bud at an early age. It's up to the PC social justice warriors to protect us from their influence before it corrupts the collective consciousness, and people actually start to think that a game console might not suck. Now, obviously, Cyrus Martin is very bitter and sarcastic here, but he brings up a very interesting point. You see, he calls me a social justice warrior, but don't you think it's odd that in that same sentence he says, before it corrupts the collective consciousness, and people actually start to think that a game console might not suck? Because this stood out to me in particular, because normally, social justice warriors are not about allowing arguments to take place. They're about no platforming. They're about shutting down. They're about flagging. They're about, well, spamming, Cyrus. They're about spamming. Isn't that right? You see, Cyrus Martin calls me the PC social justice warrior, and yet in that same sentence, he is actively insulting the idea that I am engaging in a debate with somebody and that I am attempting to change someone's mind by showing them the reasons why their point of view is wrong. Because to Cyrus Martin, I am the social justice warrior for engaging in a conversation with somebody, be that, well, in my format or not. To Cyrus Martin, it would have been better if nothing was said at all, if an opposite opinion was placed, if an argument was presented that shared a different side of things. That's bad. We can't have that, because then people might have to think things, and we wouldn't want people to think things, would we? No, we can't have that. We cannot have this young boy's ideas challenged on the internet. Though honestly, Cyrus Martin is making the assumption that I'm going after him because he's very young, and honestly, I think that's an odd thing to think. After all, I went after Cyrus Martin, and he's considerably older, and oddly enough, Mr. Skits is taking this far more maturely than you are, Mr. Martin. So what does that say about him, and what does that say about you? But Defiant Forever brings up a very good point here. Cyrus Martin says, I actually don't presume anything about you. I know nothing about you other than these words and the pic you chose for your profile. As far as I am concerned, you are probably a pretty cool dude who just got caught up in a mob mentality pile-on of another low-hanging fruit, as the hero of this adventure has labeled them. That's me. I thought it was amusing that Rags baited me and tried to continue to bait me into generating new content for him. but I just don't dig it too much when he picks on these little kids, again, plural, why plural, that don't know how to deal with being gutted on the internet, and yet set themselves up to be gutted and know by their own admission that they are going to get gutted. Pretty lame. Pretty sad. Anybody can say anything about me that they want. Clearly not, though, because you've been spending the last X number of days with your X dozens of comments, but it's fine, it just generates more clicks. But I guess I got a little squinty-eyed when I saw yet another easy target being crapped all over, and everybody just laughing and pointing. Not to say that the kid was right, he clearly was not. But Rags is not interested in correcting someone that is wrong. He is interested in producing a certain type of content that appeals to, shall we say, biggest douchebags alive. Oh, no offense. Now the response was pretty straightforward here and pretty spot on. I think Rags got to you more than you think if you hang about on his comment section, plus checking his feed for the videos he puts up. Which is a very good point. In fact, it's spot on. Cyrus Martin himself said that it doesn't bother me, he doesn't care, he's moving on. And yet, his actions of the last few days have said otherwise. Cyrus Martin says, "Lol, well, I just had some time at work where I could do this, and I figured I would amuse myself. I do hate arrogant dicks that like to gang up on kids, though, because I guess me doing a video is ganging up on kids. Again, me doing one video on this one guy is ganging up on kids. Well, and that is probably why I went ahead and started to troll the trolls, because all of us are trolls. Every single one. We're all trolls. If you like this video, you are a troll. All right? I'm sure I won't make any difference, but it's not a bad way to pass the time. Thanks for the reply." Depressing, isn't it? Now imagine me when I press my notifications and I get like 5, 6, 7 of these at one time. He can't take jokes either. What on earth is this kid on? Controller better than keyboard and mouse? I don't think so. Someone says, autism. You know, a joke. To which Cyrus Martin says, "Wow, yeah, that was pretty funny. I love when people make a joke out of things like autism. That shit is hilarious. You should do stand-up. Most comics hate themselves and project their desperate anger and disgust out to the audience. You'd fit right in, master." Lol. Because remember, I'm the social justice warrior here. But if you make a joke regarding autism, if you just make a joke about autism, if you try humor, then he's going to come after you. Cyrus Martin will come after you, but remember, I'm the social justice warrior. I'm the person who will let you post basically anything you want in my comments section. I've only had to moderate comments that were obviously spamming and advertisements. But I'm the social justice warrior. Gotcha. I mean, you're the one who was quote-unquote joking you could take down my video for a copyright. You say it was joking, but, it didn't sound like joking to me, and it certainly didn't sound like joking to the vast majority of the people who watched that video. But remember, in that first little spiel that he made, that was made on a video. Now remember, that comment was made on a video that literally was titled, "Cyrus Martin thinks he could take down my response to his video." That's the title. And that is a point in your video where I am very, very, very verbose. It comprised a huge bit and a huge idea about that video. In fact, it was so important that I thought it was worthy of being the title. And coming up with a title for that video was pretty difficult because there was a lot of stupidity that I could have gone for. So, if people believed that what you said was false, if people believed you, if people actually thought you totally didn't mean anything by that, then how come after over 1,600 views, 109 likes and 8 dislikes? You think if that was wrong, you'd think if it was obvious, everybody would have been extremely vocal about, "Hey Rags, you totally misinterpreted what he said. Hey Rags, it was pretty obvious that he didn't really mean that." And yet, that doesn't seem to be the opinion that I'm getting here. Clearly, your humor is too transparent and subtle for us, Cyrus, because myself and pretty much everybody else, well, we thought you were being serious. And to this day, I still think you're being serious. I think you just weren't expecting the backlash. That's what I think. You see, I think deep down, you're not so huggable and friendly and kind. You have a crocodile smile, Mr. Martin. Deep down, you're really not so nice of a person. And maybe I'm not either, but at least I wear it on my shoulder. I haven't threatened anybody. You call me the social justice warrior, but I'm not the one who's made threats of no platforming people with dissenting opinions by removing videos from the internet. In fact, when Skatercraft linked me to a video of somebody who I believe was making a troll video, someone who I think was just trying to rile people up, I said, nah, that one is just begging for attention. Because, in my defense, a lot of these videos are just troll bait. They're not actual opinions. They're just people trying to rile other people up. They're not really full of people who want to debate you. They're not full of people who actually have reasons or arguments. They're just there for attention. Plus, this is the only video that this person had uploaded, and it's not terribly old, but it's the only one that they've done. So I don't think that they would ever respond to it or want to talk about it. I think it's just there. They made it, they left it, and they just want to see the world burn. You gotta be really careful when you're looking for PC Gaming Sucks videos. A lot of them are just trying to rile you in. Cyrus Martin obviously says pot, kettle, mumble, mumble, obviously saying that's like the pot calling the kettle black. Because he doesn't understand that I don't beg. And obviously he's saying that I'm the one who's begging for attention, even though over the last 2 days he's been making comments in the dozens, attacking me, insulting the subscribers and the people who like the videos, but I'm the one begging for attention. And this is also, coincidentally, coming from Cyrus Martin, the Cyrus Martin who admitted by his own words from his own mouth in a video that he misled people with the title of a video just to get views. So this is kind of a dumb thing he said here. You can't admit to clickbaiting, and you can't troll people's channels for attention and then say that they're the ones begging for attention. I don't even think I've ever asked anybody to subscribe to a video, or even like one. Clearly, I don't know much about this whole begging for attention business. Sometimes in his attempt at trolling and otherwise just annoying people, he sort of loses the grasp on what GG means. It means good game. And while good job could also have been used here, obviously if someone said GG, you would know exactly what they meant. And on the internet where we play online games, GG is even used in a sarcastic way to say, sarcastically, a good job or way to go. The white knighting never stopped though. We all have guilty pleasures. I like to watch fail videos or those clips where the guy mouths off to the cop and the cop tases the crap out of him. Hilarious. Everybody enjoys a good one-sided fight, I guess. I'm not into kids getting belittled and shit all over, but hey, to each his own.
Today, I'm gonna talk about something that most of you guys might hate.
Cancer.
And that is, why do people like PC more than Xbox?
I feel as if it needs to be stressed again, Cyrus. He clearly knew he was going to get dunked on. He was expecting it. He knew it was coming. He posted the video anyway to the internet. You can't walk down the middle of a Black Lives Matter rally holding a rope tied in a noose and then saying at the top of your lungs all porch monkeys should swing from trees. You are going to get beat the fuck up. You cannot go to a country music concert with a megaphone shouting Bruce Springsteen is a serial rapist and should be shot without getting a face full of redneck fist. You cannot go on the internet, on the PC, and say, I know you guys don't like this, but PC gaming sucks, and not expect for people to have a few things to say about this. Do not defend stupid behavior. Do not condone stupid behavior. Now, Cyrus Martin's obvious campaign of comments was pretty obvious, and his butthurt was definitely showing. This was obvious to people in the comment sections on my videos, and to be frank, it didn't take Sherlock Holmes here to understand that something was going on. Lol, since this YouTuber called you out, you have just been returning to the channel and raiding comment section. Lemafau, this is amazing. It actually is amazing. I wish he would attack me again instead of these kids. Again, kids, plural. Where's the second kid? I don't know. But little kids are easier to go after, I guess. Yeah, it's true, they are. Normally, they're much more stupid. Though, not by much, clearly. Rags knows his limitations, which is important for any troll. Because remember, I'm the troll. I do enjoy trolling him in return, though, in his little knuckle draggers. It's pretty fun. I'm glad you were playing along, too. It's like we have a little club now. Tell your mom to make punch and pie next time. I think that one actually speaks for itself. You know, rarely, this was maybe one or two of the only ones I could find, Cyrus Martin actually kind of brought up the PC console debate. He didn't attack me. He didn't attack a follower on my channel. He didn't attack some random somebody who just happened to make a comment. He actually talked about PC stuff and console stuff. Anybody ever play Mega Man? What about Castlevania? Contra? Dang it. I keep hearing these games are pretty sweet, but I can't find them on Steam for some reason. Weird. Maybe there's a remake or re-release version that used to suck because it was for a console game but is awesome now that it is on PC? Not sure. I guess I could research it with my PC. But I only use it for gaming. It's a good thing my Xbox can surf the web, otherwise I would be so out of luck. Lead Haxer, Master Race, Yasun, Supsun. Blah blah blah. And you know, I'm kind of glad that Cyrus actually brought this up. Let's take a little look here, since he actually decided to try and continue this little argument of ours that he's already lost 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many times, but he wants to keep going, so sure, I'll play along, but remember, I'm the one begging for attention. So really, Cyrus, you couldn't find Mega Man on Steam? I don't even think you tried. All you had to do is go to the search bar and type in Mega Man. Only 2 things popped up for me. And this was one of them. 6 games. 6 old Mega Man games. Right there. Right there on Steam, Cyrus. It's right there. Let's see. Castlevania is the next one he said. Those are the ones that are on Steam. And if you are talking about the really old ones, which I guess you are, then you can just emulate them. Heck, you could emulate the Game Boy Advance version if you want. They remade these classic games for the Game Boy Advance. Just emulate them on your PC. If you want to play them on your PC, just do it, Cyrus. Just do it. I mean, I played a lot of emulators on my PC. Hell, not even my PC, my MacBook. I was playing Pokemon and Tactics Ogre and Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones. I was playing Star Fox on my MacBook emulator. Star Fox. The N64 Star Fox. And the same thing goes for Contra. Just emulate it. Just play it. Just emulate it and play it. I remember I played Pokemon Snap on my MacBook's emulator. Pokemon Snap. That game was excellent. Ugh. Look, let's do one last example. Okay, I just picked out a bunch. Let's do one last example here. Because how Cyrus Martin is taking all this, the videos, the back and forth, the debate, it's cringeworthy. It really is just, it's making me cringe sometimes. All because someone said, Jesus, watched a few of your videos. You're great. Keep it up. That evolved into, lol. Okay, so I put out a video and then I got a bunch of dumbasses coming to me unsolicited, and this sociopath cult leader Rags created a video out of the blue to pick apart my little old video. And then I am an internet warrior? Laughing my fucking ass off, dude. That is exactly Rags. You just described your hero. He does his videos because he gets his little feelings hurt so bad that he has to make videos to debunk other people's videos. That's crazy. That's freaking nuts. That's like writing a book to refute another person's book, or that Kanye West crap. I am playing along with this insanity. That's all. If you can't deal with it being shoved back in your face, then maybe you need to not use the internet. Don't come crying to me now because you didn't expect someone to play along and troll you guys back. This is actually a lot of fun. I think I will probably keep doing this. The more you little smarmy pricks keep this going, the more fun it is for me. I'm starting to understand the appeal. I am late to this party, but I was invited by Rags, so enjoy. You have gained my full attention. I know you don't care about my opinions, which is fantastic, since you are replying to them. Idiot. Ha ha ha. You see what I've been putting up with? Do you see what I've been putting up with here? This isn't just a few comments. This is dozens and dozens of comments he's just bombarded me with. Dozens and dozens of these. I mean, there's so much wrong here. It's like, where do we start? Oh yeah, English. Top to bottom, left to right. put out a video, then I got a bunch of dumbasses coming to me unsolicited, and this sociopath cult leader Rags created a video out of the blue to pick apart my little old video. Okay. So, I never, ever encouraged anybody to go to any of Cyrus's videos, to his channel. I never encouraged any of that stuff. I mean, if you go to the description of my Mr. Skits video that I did, you clearly say the first link there to his video, I say be nice. This is literally the only video that I have done this in. Because he's young. I don't sick my followers on other people. I don't sick my subscribers on other people. I don't do that. I link to the source, because that's what you do when you do a debate. You link to the source material. I have no control over what the people of my videos do. They are human beings. They have choices that they make themselves. They have free will. I cannot force them to do anything. I can encourage them to do things, but I don't. I never tell them to go to your videos. I just put a link in the description to your videos. And yes, you got a whole lot more dislikes after I made my videos. Because people actually watch my videos. I never sent them to go get you. They went there of their own accord. And of course, sociopath cult leader Rags created a video, blah, blah, blah. That's true. I'm just doing it all for pussy. That's really the only reason I'm even doing this. Because God told me to. I am his prophet. Then I am the internet warrior? Yeah, well, I'm not the one attacking people in droves in comments. I make a video about somebody and then I leave it at that. That's it. It's done. The only time I've revisited people are your videos and Mr. NoobTube Gamer's videos because they put out responses to my videos. I make a video about something stupid someone has done and I leave it at that. End of story. However, when I'm attacked like this, well, I call it an attack. It's not really an attack. It's more like awkward, cringy fumbling. Then, yeah, I'll address it. In any event, he does his videos because he gets his little feelings hurt. No, I don't get my feelings hurt. I'm 24. I'm in charge of my emotions, Cyrus. I'm not a child. My daddy taught me good. My feelings don't get hurt. Offense is not given. Offense is taken. I'm not 7. I certainly don't launch campaigns of comments against people because I got butthurt. Ugh. That's like writing a book to refute another person's book. You really think that's a bad thing? It's crazy and it's freaking nuts to write a book to refute another person's book. So, bestsellers like The God Delusion? That's crazy? That's freaking nuts? Richard Dawkins is crazy and nuts? Writing books about opinions to counter other opinions, that's nuts. That's a crazy thing to do. Oh yeah, that's right. The proper way of refuting other people's opinions and their attitudes, the proper way to do that is to go to their YouTube videos and spam them full of troll comments. That's how you really get to people. It's not to create, works of literature. I am playing along with this insanity. Well, that's not entirely untrue. If you can't deal with it shoved back in your face, then maybe you need not use the internet. Don't come crying to me now because you didn't expect someone to play along and troll you guys back. Because what I did was trolling. Don't come crying to me now because you didn't expect somebody to play along and troll you guys back. I mean, what a load of bollocks. I mean, Cyrus Martin legitimately believes that, no. There's a quote I read somewhere that just sums this up really well. Oh, I remember what it was. Let me never fall into the vulgar mistake of dreaming that I am persecuted whenever I am contradicted. Ralph Waldo Emerson. He wrote books, Cyrus, so you probably think he's freaking nuts. Let's see, smarmy pricks, I'm late to the party. I was invited by Rags. You most certainly were not invited by me. You have gained my full attention. Don't know, blah, blah, blah. Fantastic. Replying to them. Idiot. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, that about sums that up. Listen. Cyrus. Baby. Listen. I don't know how to soften this up, so I'm just going to tell it to you outright. You are a grown-ass man who is acting like a goddamn child. Do you understand? You are a grown man. You are an adult. Hell, you could be twice my age. I don't know, and I don't really care. You are acting like a fool. You are acting like an absolute fool. You have a YouTube channel, and you obviously devote a lot of effort to it. I mean, you have about 5 times the amount of videos that I do. You clearly care about your YouTube channel. Nobody makes videos like you and doesn't care. So you can say you don't care and it doesn't bother you, but you clearly do care, and this clearly really bothers you on a very personal level. You don't see me in your comments section typing out dozens and dozens of comments over a period of a couple days. What you are looking at right here, this is so widespread and it's all the time. It's like on an hourly basis, no, more than on an hourly basis, you type stuff out like this. That's why I had to hide your comments, right? Because it's just getting so spammy. And I hate it. I really hate it when I have to hide people's comments. I don't like moderating people like this. I hate it. But you have forced my hand, Cyrus. It's like I'm dealing with a child. Listen to yourself, Cyrus. It's so obvious that this bothers you. You've started to cuss and call names and go after people and devote all this time and effort and energy to just spam me with comments. It's like you are so used to being completely ignored. Once you get attention, you don't know how to handle it. I never really thought about it until now, but videogamevirus.com? Have you ever thought that maybe you're the one who's being infectious? That you're the one being virulent? Is this the impression of yourself you want to leave on the internet? Because you can't get rid of it now, Cyrus. It's been immortalized. I've made sure that it never ever goes away. You'll carry the stigma of this buffoonery with you for the rest of however long you want to keep doing this. Your channel, all those videos, videogamevirus.com or whatever, that's tied to this. You've tied all of that you've created to this. Ugh, fuck it. I mean, it's like I shouldn't have to lecture. I shouldn't have to lecture a man. I should not be in the position where I have to lecture someone twice my age on something like this. Oh well. I guess if you give people enough incentive, or if they feel strongly enough about something, their real side will show. Their inner self will come out. I guess it just goes to show that you never know just what lurks beneath that crocodile smile.